Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Sampdoria in Serie A. We are approaching the end of the season. We're midway through March. Today is going to be a make or break episode for our Champions League hopes, both in the Champions League and qualifying for them. We've got the second leg of the first knockout round against PSG up first, and then it's a local rivalry against Genoa in the league. I think that's the local one, or it might be Bologna. I don't know. We're playing Genoa anyway. So then, in between episodes, we have done a reasonable job. If you missed the last episode, you would have missed the fact that we beat PSG 3-1, and we played out of our skin, absolutely out of our skin. Tripadelli, Kolev and Bellingham with the goals for us. We then went on and played Bologna. It was a 1-1 draw here. Moise Kean getting his first goal for Sampdoria. It wasn't the best of performances. A 1-1 draw was probably a fair result. Then against Citadella, 2-0 here. Georgi Kolev with 2. Against Napoli, a 1-0 victory. Gonzalo Iribarren scoring after about 30 seconds in this one. So then, PSG, Champions League, first knockout round, second leg. We are 3-1 up. But more importantly, we are winning. I say more importantly actually, PSG have scored a goal. So we just need to not lose 2-0. If we lose 2-0, we're going out. If we score a goal, that's actually the ideal scenario. We're also going to be playing Genoa at the end of March, and we might get our youth intake that will probably be garbage because it has been every single season so far. So we know that we are playing PSG first in the Champions League, but here is what the current league table situation looks like. And we are in a reasonable position. I don't think we're going to catch Inter Milan, so our chances of retaining our title, pretty slim. But the fact that we are well in that top 4 now, we are 3 points ahead of Milan and our opponents today, Genoa. We're just 1 point behind Cagliari as well. So I'd say we're in a decent position to at least qualify for Champions League next season. Anyway, let's focus on the Champions League for this season. Let's go forward to PSG. Well, PSG, much like us, are on decent form. They're on strong form. They've beaten St Etienne. They've beaten... That's Lille, isn't it? They've beaten Lorient 6-1. They've beaten Nimes. But they did lose to little old Sampdoria 3-1 away from home. We are in excellent form. The only points we have dropped is against Bologna, which, as I mentioned earlier, we probably deserved a draw. So it's not the end of the world. Let's go and play this kit clash. It's a kit clash, isn't it? Why are we wearing this kit? Why aren't we wearing the white one? So the starting lineup then for the PSG game in the second leg. It's Livakovic in goal. It's Tripadelli, Vallejo, De Vrij and Bakayoko as our back four today. Juan Foyth is currently out injured, which is why Bakayoko has to come in. He is not a right back. He's about as much of a right back though as Joel Anama is. So yeah, Bakayoko, he's played the last couple of games. He's done all right. I guess we haven't lost. It's going to be Kroos, Guillon and Bellingham in the middle of the pitch today. Bazua has dropped to the bench because his last 5 games, he's been an average of about 6.65, whereas Bellingham has been an average of about 7.12, something like that. I mean, that was oddly specific, but you get the picture. Bellingham's playing better. It's going to be Wolf, Kolev and Resenda as our striking options. Today, Resenda plays because Iribarren is out injured, because he's always out injured at the moment. He's made of glass. PSG are good, aren't they? They're very good. Also, they're playing an extremely high defensive line. If you literally compare their defensive line, they're outside the penalty area. We are deep in the penalty area. I don't know whether that says anything about their mentality, but it might be good news for us because we might be able to get our wingers and striker in behind that back four. Look at me talking like I know what I'm going on about. Passionately, I expect nothing but a win. I mean, why did I say that? What am I doing? I've got faith. There you go. Fired some people up. Good. Yep, definitely a little bit of a kit clash going on here. Why would we play in that kit? Why would we play in the grey kit, the blue-grey kit, against a team who wear blue? As much as it would be a dull video, I'd love this to be 0-0. I think that was our player, De Vrij, with a headed effort from Toni Kroos's free kick. This kit clash is horrific. This is a new feature I would love to see in the next Football Manager. The option to pick your kit. You must be allowed to do it. Like, clubs do it all the time. Saints have decided to wear 4 different kits this season. Bakayoko's cross in, doesn't find one of our players. Tripadelli's almost scored his second goal of the season against PSG. We are looking really good, actually. 26 minutes on the clock. De Vrij with the ball. We've got some players in front. They are our players. That's good to know. Kroos to Marius Wolf. The two Germans combining. Holds up play back to Guillon. Ball across to Kolev. Heads down. Resenda on the volley or half volley. Hits it over the bar, though. And now Neymar with a corner for PSG, though. The opposite end. Jadon Sancho goes for goal. Dinks it just over the bar. PSG's first chance on goal goes over. And PSG's second chance, however, starts right away. Lua Kima, maybe, with the ball. Crosses it in low. Kylian Mbappe is there. It is 3-2. And PSG have another goal Just don't score another one. Don't make it 2-0. If it goes 2-0, we're going out. Neymar with a free kick. Long ball. De Vrij heads it down. Finds Georgi Kolev. Forward to Jude Bellingham. He's going to run into that space. He's got loads and loads of space to just run into. The young Englishman goes for goal himself and he just kicks it straight. He just kicked it straight. He didn't even aim that. Okay, half-time then. 1-0 to PSG. We haven't done badly. I don't think we've been bad at all. We just haven't taken our chances. So I'm just going to calmly... Things are going well, but you're capable of better. Team talk could have been better. Then passionately, you weren't that bad. Let's fix some things. Right, do we do any changes? Guillon and Bellingham both playing badly. Bakayoko's picked up a knock. Great. We haven't even... Oh, I didn't even... Of course I didn't sort my subs bench out. I never sort that out. Right, Bellingham's going to come off for Bazua. Now, Magdi would probably be a better option, but Bazua is a much more well-rounded footballer in my opinion. Although Magdi is actually very, very good. He just doesn't get enough games because... I don't know. I don't know why I don't play him, to be fair. We've got an early chance, possibly going PSG's way. Mbappe, little flick back to Gomez, runs into some space. Van der Beek gets tackled by Bazua, but the ball is coming straight back towards us. Van der Beek to Gomez. Being forced the wrong way, though, or the right way for us. Zinchenko heads down Neymar. He's going to easily get past Bakayoko into the area. It's cross. It's in the back of the net. What was Livakovic doing? Jadon Sancho makes it 2-0. Jadon Sancho may well have just knocked us out of the Charity Shield? The Champions League. It's definitely the champion. It's not the Charity Shield. We technically won that. Almost straight away, about 5 minutes later, and PSG have potentially a third goal. Zinchenko, loads and loads of space on the left, crosses it into Mbappe. Livakovic finally makes a save. It's going to be a corner. Didn't want to do well in the Champions League anyway. Nobody wants to do well in this competition. Corner comes in. It's taken about 7 deflections. And that is the third goal. They're going to go through on merit now. Why did I not show you the first match where we were just superb? De Vrij's on a 6.2. 6.2, buddy. So he's going to come off. Chabot is going to come on. We are going to also do Guillon off for Magdi. And then maybe swap you two back around. There we go. I know they did say, our assistant did say play Gullikson. I want to play Magdi, okay? I talked myself into playing him. We're definitely not out of this game. If we score... It goes to extra time. If PSG score, we are pretty much out of this game. Chabot steals the ball away somehow, doesn't do anything with it, then trips him up. What? What was that? I want to understand how that's anything. How is that a penalty? Okay, it's Neymar up against Livakovic. It's into the bottom corner. It's 4-0 to PSG. It's 5-3 on aggregate. Champions League, dreams over. Give them a show some passion. They've had another chance, but we've got the ball going forward. Marius Wolf controls it, runs into the area. He's gone for a terrible effort. Easy save from the goalkeeper. 15 minutes to score twice. It's going to be 5, isn't it? It's going to be 5 on the night. Neymar's cross comes in. It's a header clear from Kroos. Mbappe well outside the area, but he can probably score from there. Bentancur, the fullback, or the corner taker, has some options. On the right-hand side as well was a Tory, who can cross it in. Jadon Sancho's headed effort dinks the top of the bar. Still 4-0 to PSG. 5 minutes left to play. Tripadelli has the ball for us. If we can steal a goal here, it might get a bit exciting for the last few minutes of the game. Until, PSG can run it upfield. Sancho gets past Chabot with ease. One-on-one with the keeper. Hits the post. Tripadelli almost walks it in, though. So, there's always that. We won the first leg 3-1. We won it 3-1. We were comfortably the better side. We then go to France and just decide to not turn up. We just didn't turn up. PSG turned up in numbers, apparently. Average rating across the team of about, probably a 7.6 across the team there? Maybe even higher. We're out of the Champions League. Manusovic says, let them know we appreciate their efforts. I would, if they put in any effort. I don't see any effort taking place here. Toni Kroos is the only person who put in any effort. He got a 6.8. I mean, Chabot got a 6.8, but he did concede a penalty. It's angry. It's definitely angry. We're off. Well, good to know we're not Red Bull Salzburg, who were 1-0 up going into their second leg, and it was 1-0 up until the 93rd minute. They were going through, and then lost 4-1 on aggregate after extra time. Did they just not play? After they got their players sent off, they just imploded. That's actually weirdly impressive. Anyway, let's go forward. We've got Atalanta to play in the league. We're then going to be playing the Genoa game on camera as well. Well, we're out of Europe. Let's try and get back into it for next season. We are back in time for the Genoa game. We have played Atalanta in between. We have done very well against Atalanta, although they are a lower half side. So you'd expect the previous champions to be able to beat a lower half side quite comfortably as well. We beat them 3-0. Iribarren from the penalty spot. Tahith Chong also getting on the score sheet, which I think is his first ever league goal for us. And Diego Lupi scoring an own goal in the 91st minute. It means we do stay 4th place in the table, but we are starting to put a bit of a gap between us and Milan, and we're actually starting to catch Inter and Roma as well. Cagliari, annoyingly, are kind of keeping pace. This is a big game. This is a must-win match against Genoa. Hopefully, we can rectify the mistakes, and by mistakes I mean just the poor performance that we had against PSG, against Genoa. We did kind of play really well against Atalanta, so I'm hoping it just continues. But this is a derby, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. It's in the same stadium. This is a derby match. This is a must-win game, not only for the league, but also because it's a derby game. Can I say derby a few more times? Derby. It's a derby match. Did I mention that it's a derby match? It's a derby match. Let's go to the match. The derby match. The starting lineup then for the Genoa game, it's going to be Livakovic in goal, a strong back four of Tripidelli, Vallejo, De Vrij and Foyth returns from his injury. He is not particularly match fit, but all of our right backs, Inama and Bakayoko, have both picked up injuries as well in between the match. Well, Bakayoko picked up an injury against PSG, Inama picked up an injury against Atalanta. So, yeah, all of our right backs seem to be breaking at the moment. It's going to be Kroos, Bellingham and Guillon as the midfield today, with Chong, Kolev and Iribarren as our strikers. Bellingham's moved to the wrong side. I keep moving him around. He keeps jumping back to that Carolero. He's not a Carolero. He's a box-to-box. So before we even really do anything, I kind of want to, click that. Can I click that? Right. You need to be that way round. There we go. There we go. Right. Is this an actual highlight? Or is this a highlight because I clicked tactics straight away? We're 10 seconds in. I'm thinking this might just be because I've done some tactical changes. I'm not sure, I'm not sure this is. Iribarren's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Forces a save out of the goalie. Chong collects it. Good tackle from Denswell. Chong's going to keep the ball in play and somehow win himself a throw. Fair enough. We really should be winning. We really should have taken that chance and actually scored the goal. But instead it's still 0-0. I've given him a get creative because so far, other than the first minute highlight, we've had nothing. No highlights whatsoever. We're just sleepwalking into half-time at 0-0. Yep, it's 0-0 at half-time. Jude Bellingham is on a 6.4. You're getting an angry shout because we've done nothing. And then if we have a look, Bellingham's playing badly, so he's going to come off for Magdi. I'm tempted to do Iribarren off as well, Tempted to do Iribarren for Resenda. And then we might also do Moise Kean onto that left-hand side to replace Kolev if Kolev doesn't do anything in the second half. Finally, we've got a highlight. It's taken 61 minutes. Foyth with a headed effort from Toni Kroos's corner goes wide. And I guess we'll see you at full time. Oh no, we've got a thing. We've got a thing happening. It's Genoa with the ball, which isn't the best, but we're not at full time, which is good news. Cittadella have equalised against Inter Milan. That could be a massive goal. If we don't balls this up and throw away points, if we win this game, that could be a huge goal and might mean that we're not out of the title race just yet. Although Genoa could, put a spanner in the works and, score a highlight. De Vrij's pushed up way too far for some reason. Janino's 1-on-1 with the keeper. We're 1-0 down. I hate this game. I really do. Sometimes it just decides to... It's listening to the microphone, isn't it? It's listening, going, ha, you think you're going to win this game? Unlucky. De Vrij just lost his man. Toni Kroos, to be fair, really should have picked up on the fact that De Vrij was just running off doing his own thing. But nope. It's going to be a defeat against Genoa. Give him a show some passion. We're doing nothing. We've got, no time left at all. Kolev's coming off. Keane is going to come on. He should be playing as an inside forward on attack. It's not going to happen, is it? It's going to be 3 points, 100% dropped against Genoa here. Well, this is probably the worst episode of Football Manager for the Sampdoria save for a while, I think. 2 defeats against, PSG, fine, I can understand that, but we should not have lost this game. De Vrij, he's getting a fine. I'm going to fine him. Also, you're all coming in for training because you're all rubbish at football, apparently. That is our first defeat in 6. Our first league defeat in 6 games, and it was just a poor performance against Genoa. We are still 4th, but did Milan lost to Fiorentina? Okay, So, silver lining here, if there is such a thing, Milan losing to Fiorentina means that Milan didn't close any points. Cagliari clearly won their game because they are now a bit further away. Roma, did they win their match? Who were Roma playing? Roma beat Perugia, and Cittadella drew 2-2 with Inter Milan. Cittadella, the team who are down in 18th place, drew 2-2 with Inter Milan. Stefan de Vrij, you are... I can't find you. Okay, I'm just going to give you a recent form, actually, because you've been making mistakes all over the place. If you keep making the same mistakes, I'll have to consider dropping you. Yes, you have made far too many mistakes. That's the first time I've ever done that type of team talk, and they haven't gone, what are you talking about? I'm clearly the world's greatest footballer with an average rating of a 6.1. Stefan de Vrij listens to me, because he knows I'm a good manager. He's the only one that does. This has been a bit of a weird episode, hasn't it? Anyway, we've also got our youth intake, because I imagine that Genoa game lasted about 2.5 minutes on camera, so we're going to go through some of the youth intake. I haven't really had a look at them, to be fair. I've seen them come in. This is our best player. Okay, it's not awful. Mentally, there's some numbers there. The 19 determination, 15 decisions, 14 anticipation as well is pretty decent. He is a centre-back. He's 5'10", so he might grow, even though he's 16, he still has a bit of room to grow physically. Technically, he's definitely got a lot of room to grow. I don't think Francesco Paolo Mele, which I think is a great name, I don't think he's too bad. The world's most angriest midfielder, Renato Ruggiero, 18 aggression and 16 determination. He loves an overhead kick. He also wants to dribble from his right foot, which is handy because he is right-footed. He's okay. He's alright. Some of his mental stats are good. The determination is good. Bravery of 13 is reasonable as well. Leadership, for some reason he's a captain. Sure. Teamwork and work rate of 5 and 6. That's a worry. Certainly a worry on that one. He might be alright. Did we just go to like a boxing gym or something? We've got another really angry central midfielder. Although he likes to beat people up as a group, whereas the other guy was more independent. He was the leader. Fabry follows. Fair enough. We've actually literally just got a fighting team, haven't we? He's not great, is he? Fabry's not good. Technically rubbish. Mentally, teamwork is good. And aggression, I guess, is good. He's alright, maybe. He's only 17. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Ivan Bertonati. I think he is our best option so far. Mentally, he's got some good numbers there. That is where I always start. Mentally is where I start. Decisions, determination, teamwork and work rate. At least they're yellow. That's a good sign. They're not 5s and 6s. Yeah, the 11 work rate is not great, but to be fair, I see this guy as more of like an independent footballer. With 12 flair, which also might increase, he doesn't necessarily need to do too much running. He's Matt Letizia, isn't he? That's what I'm trying to say. He's Matt Letizia. He's great at free kicks, got great technique, decent enough corners. Everything else about him isn't awful, although he does have some pace. I think Bertonati, maybe, I think he's probably our best one. Another player who's not awful is Velastegui, maybe. Another central midfielder. Mentally is where he's got nice round numbers. They're not amazing, they're not out of this world, but he's got nice round numbers, 12s, 13s and 14s in there. Technically, he's alright. Physically, he's not going to win any award for the fastest person or the strongest person. That is most certainly what lets him down. He's got no pace or strength. He's actually pretty rubbish, isn't he? He needs to learn. He needs to get to the gym. Goalkeepers, I find, are always very difficult to judge if they're any good. I don't think this guy's any good, but I don't know a lot about goalkeepers. So, I mean, 16 reflexes sounds pretty good. 14 rushing out as well, I guess is good. I don't know. I mean, sure, we'll see. We're starting to move into some of the players who are our coaches, I guess. Don't think of that great. I mean, this guy's literally all he can do is run. Fair enough. Got ourselves a random Spaniard as well. Not quite sure how we've managed to get one of them. Again, all he can do really is run. He's got great flair and technique and running, and he's brave. Everything else is awful. Gianluca, again, there's nothing special there. Teamwork and work rate is good, but everything else is below average. This one seems a little bit too far down the list for my liking. Leonardo Scala, 16 years old. He is a right back, and of course he's 6'2". He can't run. He's not a right back, okay? If he came through a youth system at 6'2", and his only ability was heading, you wouldn't play him as a right back, would you? You just wouldn't do it. He's a centre back all day long. Yes, he does need to work on his technicals. Mentally, he needs work on that as well. but I don't think he's too bad. I think he's decent as a defender. Got ourselves another goalkeeper, this time Mohamed Kouyaté from Mali. Again, don't really know what to say about goalkeepers. He could be the world's greatest by the time he's 40 years old, we don't know. Another player who's just really fast, nothing special. An extremely small left back, fair enough, he's 5'3". Again, nothing special. He might be alright, probably won't be. A striker who's really fast, and by really fast I mean above average. His strength of 2 is exceptional. Like, that must be hard work to be that weak. Even I'm stronger than that, and I spend all day on a computer. Alfredo Guarino is next up. He's, again, nothing special there, really. And the final one is Stephanie Baba, who is the angriest man. We've got 3 really angry people come through our youth system. He doesn't look good, does he? He's a centre-back who's got 6 tackling and 8 heading. He is 6'6", though, so, you know, if he could learn to header, he might be alright. So there you go, that was our Little Youth Intake look. I mean, there's a few players in there. Some of them probably will make it to a certain degree. I mean, probably not for us, but they might make it for a Serie B side maybe. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And with that is going to do it for this episode of Football Manager. We have 29 matches have been played in Serie A. We have got, I think, about 9 left to go. Yes, 9 matches left to play, and we've got some of the big boys in there. We've got Roma, we've got Juve, we've got AC Milan. So our next 3 matches are going to be absolutely massive. I think we're going to do Roma and AC Milan in the next episode, and probably a bit of Juve in the middle as well. That's going to be a big one. And then when inevitably we lose all 3 of those games, we'll just finish with Perugia and Lecce. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Sampdoria. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time for Roma and AC Milan and a little bit of Juve sprinkled in the middle as well. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.